Hi, so this is an update on my surgical procedure for my shoulder for a dislocated long head of the biceps plus tearing of that biceps. Um, as a reminder, I got a biceps tendonesis, but I also got um, a subacromial decompression. So 6 months post-op, doing all of the possible physical therapy, all the exercises. I've gone consistently to chiropractic, fascial release to make sure that the muscles aren't like too tense and like holding the shoulder up. The muscles aren't tense and holding the shoulder up. They are, I mean, I get worked on every single week. I also am doing acupuncture now too. But despite all of that, my shoulder is still in immense pain. It's hasn't changed. I'm not holding it up, like literally loosey goosey relaxed. This shoulder just exists higher than the other one. It's constantly stuck up, just kind of cricked up there. The shape of the shoulder has changed. I since found out that after reviewing the surgical notes that the description of the subacromial decompression was a lot different, and there must have been a miscommunication, even though I felt like I communicated as best as I could, because I did know the possibility of the surgeon removing a part of the bone, not just shaving a part off. And I wanted to talk with him and make sure that he understood I don't want the bone removal, I just want the shaving to create space. And after reviewing the surgical notes, I found out that he completely changed my acromion shape from a type 2 to a type 1. There's three types of acromion, and a type 1 was where there's not much hook, there's just a straight. Type 2 is where there's a little hook, and type 3 is where there's a big hook. I was a type 2. Most people are a type 2. And he completely took off that part. He took off the hook. So it's just a straight projection. And I mean, it has completely changed my life. I can no longer lift anything heavy. I can't lift a glass of water without being completely mindful, without my shoulder falling out of place. Um, and mind you, the reason why I'm documenting this is also because I'm Ehlers Danlos, so I wanted to help anybody with Ehlers Danlos that has my same issue to make an informed decision. So after the surgery, given my condition, I already had joint instability before, that it had existed before my accident. The tear and the dislocation happened after my accident 3 years ago, but there was already a little bit of joint instability. Now it is completely unstable. I cannot support myself without pain. I can't like do a plank without it severely hurting. I can't, just doing like bicep lifts, like just doing like 10 pounds is causes so much pain in my bicep and up into my shoulder. um, I can't turn the doorknob mindfully without it falling out of place and twinging in pain. I can't sleep on this side. Um, my whole, before I ever got the surgery, I always slept on my left side because it's better for, I also have POTS, which I have blood circulation issues. So it is actually better for the heart to sleep on that side for venous return. And now I can no longer do that. I have a lot of tossing and turning at night because in my sleep, I'll turn over to the side that I've always slept on, feel pain, and then have to flip over. I initially wanted this surgery because of my neck pain that was irresolvable after my accident. We found out, like, the only reason we found out about my shoulder later was because I couldn't, no matter what we did for my neck pain, it was getting worse and just was really bad. So I had the occupational therapist suggest, oh, well, if it's only on one side, your pain's like coming from one side, you should get that your shoulder checked out, because it was looser after the accident, but they just blamed it on my Ehlers Danlos. Even I'm like, okay, well, but it's looser than before the accident. Like, it used to be, like, it's always been a little loose, but now it's like more loose. And they just said, oh, it's just your tendons got stretched out from the accident. But like, it was just kind of brushed off. And so then we finally got the MRI, saw what was actually happening. So the shoulder in and of itself was a little bit painful, but being a scoliosis, Ehlers Danlos, POTS person, like, I've lived with pain my whole life. So I just kind of like ignored it. I always had kind of a little bit of shoulder pain on the back side here, but I never had this pain that went up into my neck before the accident, right? So after the surgery, my neck has been worse. So the original intention for getting the surgery didn't work at all. So I really, hindsight, if I would have known what he was doing with the subacromial decompression, and because the surgeon literally described it as shaving a little bone underneath. So we had a very thorough discussion where I was losing my finger. I'm like, okay, so you're just going under here, right? Like, you're not removing a part of bone. Well, he did, and he lied. I mean, it feels to me that he lied directly to my face about what he was gonna do. So hindsight, my advice would be, like, I had to do the biceps repair because the freaking bicep tore more, and I couldn't do anything. Like, I kind of had no option at that point. But as far as like the subacromial decompression, I would 100% take it back and never do that. I would just have done the biceps tendonesis repair and lived with the neck pain that I had and not be dealing with this extra. I went from neck pain in one part, right? It was just one part of my neck that I could not escape the pain from. It was like right here. Now I have pain from all the way from here, in the middle here, all the way down here, and all in my shoulder. It was a mistake for me personally. And see, like, you can see, I kind of joke, like, if I can move to the darker background, I kind of joke that I like constantly look like I'm posing, but it's not really funny because it hurts all the time. My neck is constantly spasming and hurting. So please, like, the moral of the story is, talk to your doctor and make sure he explains exactly, or she, exactly what they are doing. And I mean, I'm almost to the point of saying, like, have them write it down and like draw it out what they're going to do, because at this point I only have my word versus his, and he's just, you know, saying that he completely explained it, and I'm like, no, I said that you would not be removing any part of the bone, only shaving underneath, and you, according to the surgical notes, you literally altered the shape of my shoulder. And it is actually different now and extremely painful. I don't know that I'll ever climb again. I can't even throw anything. Like, I tried to throw just like a slipper, like backhanding throwing a slipper, and that like made it fall out and it hurt so bad. Yeah. Don't do it. Honestly, your body, especially if you're EDS, like, your body does not like surgery. This has got to be an absolutely last resort. It was a last resort for me, but like I said, hindsight, I had less pain before the surgery than after the surgery. Even though it's legitimate pain. I've been in crazy pain for years now. Migraines from all of the neck issues. But going from one spot and migraines to all spots and migraine, I've got nothing but, it's just got nothing but worse. So hopefully that helps somebody. It sucks, and I really hope that this can help somebody to like make a more informed decision about their own health. All right, bye.